Good morning. Happy Monday. Cannot believe another weekend came by. Here's another episode of Coffee with Val, just showing up in a different time zone now that time has changed in some parts of the world. And I usually used to do my lives at 8 o'clock my time. Now it's 7. And thank you, Shonda, for being here. I'm just saying that this change of time, I usually show up at 8 a.m., but now it's 7 a.m. here in Mexico. As you know, my love, that you are missed already. I hope you come back. And today's topic is so dear, I believe, to your heart and mine, and those that will join us later or might be here to see the previous this episode and all the previous episodes. And in this work that we do, we all know that if you are here watching this or you will watch it later, you know that there is something about it that is called upon for you to hear it. Thank you for the good mornings, my love. And, you know, this topic of being you, the importance of being you, has come in so many different venues along my life. And I know most of you that will see this now or later. And at some point of our lives, I believe that almost everybody has stumbled upon the question, who am I? Do I love who I am? Is this really who I am? Is this really who I want to be? Is this who I want to become? And all these existential questions that come about throughout our lives that sometimes are received in a very heavy manner. I don't know, Shonda, if you agree with that, but these questions are necessary, are absolutely necessary to be able to see in what path you want to be stepping on, or how open you are to be stepping on paths that you are completely uncertain to you. So I just want to keep you informed and share with you a little bit of a story around this. So I remember the time where it was, my friends and family were like, you need to get a business card. You need to get a business card. I'm like, oh, cool. That's so exciting. That's really when it formally, you feel like you have a business, you know what you're doing. And then as I was writing what I wanted to put on this card, it was to my surprise that so many people had some things to say about it. I don't know if you know my work, but if you are following or you stumble upon this life later, I mean, I am many things, and then I'm also not any of them. So that's a little bit more in the spiritual path. But for the purpose of this life, all the different credentials and things that I've studied really could be looked at as they have nothing in common on one thing and the other. So I was told, for example, if I put anything about my spiritual work, that would take me away from customers and clients. Anything that had to do with healing and energy and angels, that I should not put at all who I was in those cards. Arturo's here, the most amazing paella maker. Shonda, I know you're in Atlanta. Meet Arturo. He's a dear friend of mine from Venezuela that is actually the best chef I've ever known, the most fun, and an amazing human being, and he makes the most amazing paellas for parties. So a little commercial about that. He definitely knows who he is, and so do you, and I applaud you for showing up for yourself. So when the time came for me to write who I was on that business card, the first batch of cards, I fell into that limited belief and went with what people told me, that I was not going to be hired, for example, for education in schools or companies if I put anything of my spiritual work. And just something didn't feel right. So it didn't take too long for me to tap into, and I was already in the path of spirituality, awakening, transformation, if I may say. And I just wanted to really showcase who I am, limitless, understanding that I will bring into my life who I am, that everything is in divine order when you love what you do, when you are in your essence. Sometimes it's hard to get into that space because we fall into the trauma and the limited beliefs that, oh my God, there's so many coaches out there. What's going to make you stand out? Healers, there's so many of them. Why would you even think about putting that there? What's going to make you stand out? Sylvia, good morning, my love. Thank you for being here. And so these questions of really the importance of being you start piling down on me. And I just said, you know what? These are all interesting points of views of people that perhaps have not truly found their path. But I knew that my path was in coaching, in service, in speaking, in helping others speak their truth, in counseling, in consulting. And I did not buy anymore the limited belief that I could not share all that I was because it was going to cause confusion. The other limited belief was those that just do so much, they do nothing. There's a saying in Spanish, I can't really translate it, it's not making sense. So this is why I had 3 versions of my website, because I was breaking those chains and limited beliefs from others and telling me who I could be and who I could not. But in the long run, how do you really know that this is where you're supposed to be? Is because you wake up and smell, breathe it, you live it. You don't see work as work. You are just really in your element. And in fact, I've been in different public events where there are many coaches or many speakers or many authors, and I have never seen my colleagues or friends or people that I'm meeting in an event as a competition to me. I've always known that if somebody taps into your heart, it's because that person is meant to come into your life always. And I have had so much pleasure of referring people to other organizations or other consultations or other coaches, because there's enough love for everyone. There's enough people out there for you to find your own frequency that matches you. And in fact, I want to tell you a small story. When I had my school that is actually still running in Decatur in Atlanta, there were about 8 schools, Montessori schools specifically, in the area. And I had this way of showing my school, which I never said my school. I thought it was the community that built it, and I felt so proud of being the attractor to bring in so many beautiful people into this school that has so much love. And one of my requirements, listen to this, one of my requirements was for them to go see at least 3 of my competitors. People would think I was crazy, but I felt it in my heart that if those people came back, then they were going to build a family with us in that school. So I let go of all the fears and all the limited beliefs that I wasn't in the right space or that I would lose somebody because I referred them. I was there for the right reason. I was there because I wanted that family to find their match. If they found their match of what was convenient for them in terms of scheduling, the way of teaching, the director, the look and feel of the school, that was my ultimate mission. Bring children into this world with a place that was full of love, understanding, and compassion for them. And this is how this system that I built, or that I believe still to this day, built this school with so much love and had a waiting list of 3 years. So when you are in this process of your path and being you, your uniqueness, no one has it. Your own heartbeat, no one has it. Your own frequency, no one has it. So how do we know who we are? Is first of all, always taking that time to be with you, right? Of course, I'm always going to say meditation, a walk in nature, whatever your element of connectivity is. But this is how we really, really maintain ourselves in the path of feeling the vibration, to see and feel that we're still in tune with our mission, knowing that you can love who you are today, but I want you to also be excited of who you can become tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, if I go deep into the spiritual practices, we are nothing. We literally are nothing. So I'll share with you something very special that I do every morning. In fact, after I do my gratitude and my blessings to people that need prayers and my sinking into my heart, affirmations, and all my little rituals that I do in the morning, and connect with my source of beings of light, my angels that guide all my work, I also ask that I can deconstruct and uncreate anything that I was so that I can become a new version of myself every day. And you would say, like, Val, are you crazy? Like, you've worked so hard to be where you are and be who you are. But when we are humble enough to ground ourselves and just surrender to the blessing of the gift of living every day, then you see new opportunities, new traits, new ways that you can learn, new possibilities of creation. You still, to this day, even whatever your age is, I'm turning 50 this year, which is a huge milestone for me. I know that for many people, but I have my own story to tell around that. And I don't cut short on the blessing of being alive every day. So I want a new version of me to arise so that ego doesn't attach, so that I am not, that I don't think that I am who the title is, that I am not the title, I am not the job, I am not the spiritual person, I am not. I am just a heart. I am just a heart that emanates love, that is ready to surrender to every opportunity there is to give, to grow, to expand, to help healing, to help people transform, and most of all, tap into their heart so that they really can work around fears and limited beliefs to their favor. Exactly, a vessel, Shanda says, a vessel of love to humanity. And the only way to do it is to really surrender to the as-isness of things. So loving who you are, showing up with pride and gratefulness every single day for the opportunity to be you. You in these 3 seconds, because I always speak in all my conferences that I go in modules of 3 seconds. Thank you for those that are coming in. Modules of 3 seconds. What do I mean? Who I am right now will not be the same person that will be when I get off from this live. Every single opportunity encounter that we have to talk to people, in fact do lives that without seeing your faces wherever you are, aesthetics and icon beauty and Mari Contreras and Shanda and Silvia and Arturo and all that will see this later. This opportunity to be able to be in the frequency of those that are there in front of you without you even seeing them is part of your path of being you, being able to tap to source, to energy, to frequencies without the need of having a physical reality. And when we understand that, when we are able to tap into that for ourselves, because so many people can tap into that, but when we turn around the frequency to us, can we even feel our pulse, our heartbeat, our vibration, our energy? Do we know when our heartbeat takes a different toll, a different beat? Do we pause to even ask, what is my body trying to tell me? Am I in my highest element? And all these questions must arise for us to really continue to tap into and ask, who am I? And take the importance of being who you really are. Yes, Sylvia says, I'm energy, absolutely. And you claim this and you call upon it so that every day you tap into more of who you are. So many people that are in the path of awakening and start tapping into these frequencies that are available for everyone. 100% of the time when I speak in coaching or I meet people, there is a significant other or a family member or a child or someone in your life that does not approve your decisions. You know, back in the days I started as being a teacher. Well, the first thing that I heard near and far was, teaching, you're going to die of hunger. It just doesn't even pay the bills. So could you imagine how many people stop living their truth because we buy into these limited beliefs? It gave me more power. And I never let go of what my vision was, but I was also always surrendering to new possibilities, watching, connecting, observing, vibrating as high as I could to be able to tap into the signs of the universe. Of course, this didn't happen from early on. but I was already conscious enough to know that there was something different, at least that I wanted something different, that I didn't buy and believe how the world was living or is still living, although I do feel like there's more open of consciousness, and that does make me really happy. But wherever you are, do you really love who you are? Do you even know who you are? Are you in the element of the frequency of creation to continue to be who you are meant to be and not who others want you to be? These are just some element questions that I bring to you today. As always, I want to keep these lives short, 15 minutes or so. So if you have any questions in the comments, those that are here, thank you for being here. Please write any question. And if not, I just want to, greet you, welcome you. Thank you for taking these 15 minutes to join in, and in hopes that any part of this life is of contribution to you, or perhaps somebody that you may know. And whatever it is that you like, whatever it is that you are seeking, whatever it is that that your heart is vibrating high, go after it, live it, make it happen. Because we are not here to run the show of other people. We are not here to run a script that we were told. We are not here to have anything close us from our infinite possibilities of creating the life that we want based on living our own truth. And so it is that I thank you on this day. I lift you in high spirit. I welcome you into my life, into this space of creation and love that happens every Monday, exactly at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Different topics that just come down from source. And thank you again for showing up one more day. God bless you. God keep you. Namaste, everyone.